Hi, it's Marta, the business healer. And today I'm going to talk about some things that my clients often bring up when it comes to things that are unknown. So, this is a time where we are being tested to try new things. And what seemed to be certain before is not so certain right now. And the question is, if you are a leader and you are aware of energy and how it works, what is the best way to actually tackle uncertain times using energy? So a client came to me a couple weeks ago and just said, Marta, I don't know what to do because the times are uncertain and I really don't even know if the money that I have committed is going to come through, all these projects and all these leads that I'm following up on. I just don't feel confident that they're going to come through. What do I do? And so that was a really great question for me to consider that in my own life too. I've made some changes in my business. I've made some changes in my life over the years. And when I really sat back and thought about it, what do you do when you don't know with certainty what's going to happen in the future? And a lot of my clients are undergoing a lot of changes right now because there are things happening outside of them that they can't control, but that very much have an impact on their business, their livelihood, their families, and their ability to know that they can pay their bills. So that can be kind of a scary thing. So to answer this question, I thought about, well, what would I do if it were me? And the answer to that is I would bet on myself. And that sounds really easy to do, or maybe that sounds really hard to do, whatever it is for you. But I can tell you with certainty that at the times in my life where things ended, I didn't know what to do with myself, I felt panicked, I felt traumatized, I felt like I really had no pathway forward. The only thing I felt like I could do is just bet on myself. And I actually made a list, 2 pages of handwritten information here about what happened when something ended, or I lost control of something, I was not able to influence the results of something, or I didn't like what happened, or it threatened me in some way. And what I ended up writing was what I did in those times of uncertainty. And all of it is a list of me and how I chose myself and how beautifully and unexpectedly that worked out. So I share this with you because it's a decent exercise to look back through your life and audit what has actually happened that seemed negative at the time or seemed like it was the total ending for me in some way or another, or in many ways, and to really look back and note what happened and how did you respond? What happened and how did you respond? What happened and how did you respond? And for all of these, personal life, business, career, all of it, what I noticed is that when I had no answer, the only answer was to look within and to take an action. There couldn't be a right answer. There couldn't be a wrong answer. There was just the best thing I could figure out at that time. And a lot of that came out of survival mode. And now, with all of the energetic tools that I've gained since then, I'm in a place to really now embody the choices that I'm making and also be a person who personifies betting on myself. So I made some changes in my business. That felt really scary. I didn't know what to do. I decided after months of paralysis and not knowing what to do that I was going to bet on myself. I was going to invest in myself. I was going to re-up with my coach. Our agreement was coming to an end. I was going to take a course in marketing because that's some area where I've been doing it for years organically, but I never felt like I had like a set of tools to make that happen. And so I did it, and that felt scary, investing in that. But I've learned so much, and what it's brought me to is this place of reclaiming my inner power, because every time I have evidence here, every time I bet on myself, something good has happened. It has brought me to the next breadcrumb in my journey. It's brought me to that next thing that I needed in my life and in my career path and in my karma to really move ahead. And sometimes when you do this, you're going to notice lessons, you're going to notice patterns. And I think patterns are fantastic because patterns show us what we still haven't yet learned or mastered from a soul level. So when we can get intentional about betting on ourselves and committing to finishing a pattern or to learning what we need to learn to heal and release that pattern, we become unstoppable to the universe. That energy is so strong and so compelling that when we're in that energy, doors start opening. We start to really hook into our intuition. We really start to feel guided and to allow ourselves to go to places that maybe we wouldn't have considered at all, but that were actually right for us. And that's a bit of a trust fall with the universe. But what happens when we're in a place where we don't feel like we have choice or we don't have control, oftentimes that's the universe, that's our karma, that's our life path, that's our soul, that's our guides saying, come over here, come over here. We're going to close out these things that were a dead end anyway, because we want to redirect you to the pathway that's right for you. And we can't always follow that pathway if we're feeling comfortable and if everything is going as planned. The beautiful departures in our path from what we think we're going to be doing to something different, those are often the times where we level up in our spiritual journey, where we level up in our soul journey, where we level up in our personal journey. And it's those times when we level up that we take a risk. But when we take a risk and we're using energy as a tool, we really move a lot of energy. And again, there are ways that will be shown to us. There will people who magically come out of the woodwork, because when we are bold and we choose ourselves, the universe chooses us too. That's a law of the universe. As within, so without. When we choose ourselves, when we bet on ourselves, so does the universe. So times of uncertainty can be very scary, but just remember, if that's happening, what would happen if you made a bold choice to invest in yourself? Get a coach, take that course, talk to that person you've been avoiding talking to, put yourself out there. It's gonna, I promise, take less energy than whatever the spiral is that you're going through mentally, emotionally. And it's going to create results so fast. So what to do in times of uncertainty? Give it a try, bet on yourself, and see what happens. If you had to make one choice today that would move you forward and it feels a little scary, let me know in the comments here. I believe in you, and I bet on you too. So if you need just somebody letting you know they see you doing that thing, doing that scary thing, or if you want to talk about it, I'm happy to talk. I'm here to help you remember that energy follows thought. When you choose yourself, the universe chooses you too. And whatever it is that feels scary and unbelievable, just make your list. I believe you can do it. If I can do it and I have all of this evidence, I know you can too. So that's all I'm going to share today. So if this resonates with you and you'd like to hear more encouragement, more inspiration, more tips about prosperity, there's a link in the description box below where you can sign up for my newsletter. I send out a twice monthly newsletter. It always has tips, tricks, advice, things that I'm learning, what I'm going through, and it's something that brings me a lot of joy to share twice a month. So I hope to see you over there, and thank you for being here. Thank you for watching to the end. Grateful for you. Bye.